My fault, chat. My shit was tweaking. Let me wait before I continue. Let's wait until people get back in this bitch. It's because of the fucking router that clicked my shit. Maybe it's this LAN cable box shit. Because if it's not, nah, I feel like it's the router because it happens on my PlayStation too. Alright, we got 500 on the table no more. Yo, Mo, you here? Let me ask you something, man. When you started Sword Art, did you do the story first, or you just went straight into co-op? Because I know you said you gotta do story to unlock players, right? Maybe won't say one chapter. So by chapter 5, you get majority of the characters or all of them. Since ain't nobody here but us two, let me do my research real quick.
So we have tons of new players coming into the game right now, and I've just been so happy to see so many new faces.
Which character you missing? And is it, how long did it take you to get to chapter 5?
With his skill. Using his charged heavy will basically send you flying forward at an enemy that you're locked onto, or just flying forward in general. And I think that's really beneficial in this game, especially for if you defeat an enemy and the next enemy is like super far away, being able to just lunge at them right away is super nice. And it's always nice to be able to close that distance. So I definitely think he's fun, simple, and rewarding. Obviously, there are things to learn about this character, about Kirito, when it comes to actually playing him, but I think he's really good value, especially for newer players. It can be hard to go wrong. But Asuna, I actually feel differently about, and the reason is because I've been playing Asuna for a while, and whenever I bring her into boss raids, she seems to do fine against certain bosses, but a big issue that she has is her passive is combo based. And keep in mind, newer players, you're going to have the passive for the character that you're currently playing most of the time, because you're not going to have characters that the fastest character in the game. And with her hitbox on her sword or her rapier being so small, there's certain bosses like the Skull Reaper, which is an earlier boss, can actually be hard to keep that combo up on. And it can be kind of hard to get value on her just because of those hitboxes, like I said, because some characters attack in like wider swings, AoEs. So if an enemy moves, it's not as big of a problem. With her, she has so many lunging attacks that it can be problematic. She's not bad at all, and I think she's actually great for support as well, specifically with her L1 or her left bumper, whatever system you're playing. But I don't think she's as easy as Kirito. I don't think she's super difficult. I'm gonna put.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sully here. and today I'm going to be ranking the characters in SAO Fractured Daydream from best to more in-depth with this for the shower. Characters based on how they change. Subscribe to Kirito does deal really good damage, but I feel like he doesn't really stand out from the rest of the roster in any other way. Playing as him is pretty much the same thing as playing as Mario in Super Smash Bros. He's a solid pick and you can't go wrong with him, but you can do better. Kirito's going into the B tier for me. I know people are going to be shocked by that in the game that can do the same thing he can, but just better. Next up is Asuna. Asuna is the most fun and the most satisfying character to play as. I also really like her unique skill. It's good for support and it falls perfectly in line with her character. I only wish she were just a little bit faster. She's already pretty fast as she is, but it does bother me how she's known for her speed and in the game she's apparently not the fastest character on the roster. Asuna goes into the S tier. I'm probably being biased because she's my favorite character in this game like she did in Fatal Bullet. I would just drop it. Even if I am being biased, I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Weirdly enough, has some of the best animations in the game, which makes playing as her feel really satisfying. But I just don't think she has a whole lot to offer that you can't already get from some of the other fighters.
Don't listen to this, it's trash. Kirito B tier? Nah. So the video I'm watching right now, skip that. His shit is wrong? So should I go back to the first one? I'm trying to find like a quick one, but I guess we'll thug out the first one.
And like wider swings, AoEs. So if an enemy moves, it's not as big of a problem. With her, she has so many lunging attacks that.
Are you talking about the first one I'm watching? Which one are you talking about, Mutt? The one I was just watching or this one right now? The one I was showing the gameplay or the one with just the nigga that has the shit up?
It can be problematic. She's not bad at all, and I think she's actually great for support as well, specifically with her L1 or her left bumper, whatever.
So is this one more valid? Is this one more
whatever system you're playing? But I don't think she's as easy as Kirito. I don't think she's super difficult. I'm gonna put her just one tier below. And keep in mind, guys, this isn't necessarily strength. This is just like how easy they are to get that value out of. Granted, strength does play like a little bit of a factor, but in this ranking, not really. Next up is Lisbeth, and I actually think that she's pretty solid all around. I think if you're a newer player, where you might struggle with her is timing when to actually use her L1 or left bumper. I'm just gonna start calling it by its name. Her unique skill, I think timing it for newer players may be a little bit tougher until you sort of learn about boss down times, what to expect when you're doing that. It may be a bit more difficult. I don't think she's super hard to play at all. I don't think she's as simple and rewarding as someone like Kirito, but I do think she's pretty solid and a decent pickup if you're a newer player. So if she's one of your favorite characters from SAO, I definitely give her a try. She's not a hard.
I feel like
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sully here, and today I'm gonna be ranking the characters in SAO Fractured Daydream from best to passive skill, and I had to take a shower afterwards. I am never playing him ever again. Also, do keep in mind I'm only judging these characters based on how they currently stage. You deal really good damage, but I feel like he doesn't really stand out from the rest of the roster in any other way. Playing as I know people are Asuna is the most fun and it's good for faster speed and here. Really, even if I am being biased, up is Liz, which makes playing as her feel really satisfying. But I just don't think she has a whole lot to offer that you can't already get from some of the other fighters. Liz is going into B for me. Next up is Klein. Klein is easily one of the best characters in the game. His base stats are already solid, and his unique skill makes him an absolute beast. Plus, he has one of the best passive skills in the game. Klein is an easy S tier character. Up next is Agil. Agil isn't bad. I actually do really like his tornado skill. We just feel so glad they're making him. Next up is Heathcliff. Heathcliff might be a tank, but he does not play like one. There's just so much he can do. He has amazing offense and almost perfect defense. Plus, he has some of the best air combos in the game. Heathcliff is an easy S tier character. Up next is Alice. Alice already deals some pretty good base damage, but her unique skill brings her to a whole new level. Not only does it increase her damage, but her advanced skills deal more hits, and the range of her attacks are increased by a pretty ridiculous amount. Alice is a solid A tier character. Up next is Straya. Straya deals really good damage, but her defense is pretty bad. It especially doesn't help that she's slower than most of the other characters. She has really good advanced skills, but if you're looking for a tank, you're much better off going with Heathcliff. Straya is going into the B tier. Next up is Argo. Argo deals surprisingly good damage, and she's pretty fast, but I feel like there are other characters in the game that can do the same thing she can, but just better. Plus, I really don't like her unique skill all that much. I do like how it falls perfectly in line with her character, but outside of specific co-op quests, it really isn't that helpful. Argo is going to the B tier. Up next is Len. Len is probably the easiest character to play as in this game. The only annoying thing about her is her advanced skills can be pretty hard to land sometimes. Len goes into the A tier. Next up is EG. EG is pretty much this game's equivalent of Eddie from Tekken. He has some of the best combos in the game, and they're stupid simple to pull off. Plus his unique skill pretty much turns him into Goku. EG is an easy S tier character. Up next is Yuki. Yuki deals some really good
Do you agree with the characters he's putting
damage, but her passive skill and unique skill bring her to a whole new level. They make her an absolute beast. She does have pretty low HP though, so you have to be careful when playing as her when going up against stronger enemies. She's pretty much a gamble. Yuki is an easy A tier character.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then? I've heard worse. You lie. But didn't I miss? Come on, then. What? How at you? You're indeed brave tonight, but the fight is mine. Oh, and enough, eh? Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left. That. Oh.
I do like the fact that you can actually change your weapon, but I'm just not a fan of her playstyle. Sunon goes into the B tier for me. Same thing for Death Gun. He has potential to deal crazy damage, but it's pretty easy to miss most of his attacks. You're when it comes to crowd control. His advanced skills coupled with his passive skill makes him really good at freezing enemies, and his ultimate is arguably combat. The Sword Golem's tier. The advanced skills coupled with his passive skill makes him really good at freezing enemies, and his ultimate is arguably the best in the game. Yujo is an easy A tier. Combos and some really nice advanced skills. The only thing I don't like about her is her ultimate. The Sword Golem is absolutely useless most of the time. Vanilla goes into the A tier.
What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at?
Oberon is easily the worst character in the entire game. Not only is he slow as hell, he barely does any damage, and his defense is pretty much non-existent. A lot of people seem to like his advanced skills, and while they aren't terrible, a lot of references aside, it's pretty lower than Molasses. It's possible while
players may be a little bit tougher until you sort of learn about boss down times, what to expect when you're doing that. It may be a bit more difficult. I don't think she's super hard to play at all. I don't think she's as simple and rewarding as someone like Kirito, but I do think she's pretty solid and a decent pickup if you're a newer player. So if she's one of your favorite characters from SAO, I definitely give her a try. She's not a hard character to learn. She's not the easiest, but I do think she finds a good middle ground and provides some pretty good value. Klein. So what's interesting about Klein is that you'll find if you play someone like Yuki later on, Klein ends up being one of her best partners for her burst phase. Reason being that he has a passive that makes it so whenever he loses HP, he gets an attack boost. Now, the thing is with Klein, he has a couple mechanisms that make him a little bit more complicated than other characters. Not to say he's hard, but he's definitely not as straightforward as some of the other characters on the roster. For example, his unique skill is he can give himself 2 different buffs. Now, the game doesn't actually say what they are, but it's usually like attack buff, he has a movement speed buff, he has a defense buff, he has a regen buff, stuff like that. But realistically, the thing that makes playing Klein a little bit tougher than some of the other characters is that you have to learn how and when to use certain buffs and how to build around those specific buffs. So if you're at a co-op quest, you may end up toggling between movement speed and attack and regen pretty often. If you see a big hit coming from a boss and you're not going to be able to get out of the way, doing something like switching to defense, if you're good enough at the character, you can do that and you can get away with it. But it's tough. You have to know the character inside and out. And also he's going to have some builds that are unique to him that he can really take advantage of with his passive guts and with his buff if you're a newer player. But with that said, if you want to put the time in, he's definitely pretty good. Let's talk about Heathcliff. So Heathcliff, unironically, is one of my favorite characters for new players. He was one of my favorite characters when I was first starting off because he's so forgiving. His damage output is really solid and he has tank abilities, which means that he's really difficult to kill. You can just tank hit after hit after hit from enemies as you're learning when to guard, when to dodge, and you're learning all those timings and you're unsure of your combos and stuff. He's decent for getting a grip on like what the enemies or how the enemies sort of attack.
Because you know I focus samurais, so Klein look interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie to
Hack
you.
how the game feels to actually play, and he's a really solid character all around for new players. I'm definitely putting him up in the highest tier here because I do think that if
Vila looks nice too, but that's your
you're
main,
just
so
trying to get a feel for
I ain't
the
gonna touch
damage,
her.
he deals a really large amount of damage for a tank, and her unique skill enhances all of her skills. It's a very straightforward thing to understand about her. I would definitely say she's like the DPS of the tanks, and she does it so well. I really like Alice a lot. She's very forgiving to new players. The only downside to Alice is that her passive, in my opinion, is honestly just not that good. It's about an 8% chance, if I'm remembering correctly. It might be 5% to just not take damage on a hit, which if you can do math, it's like, what, 1 in 10 hits might not hit you, and that's not even statistically always gonna happen. If it's 5%, it's 1 in 20s. It's just, you definitely want to replace that passive as soon as possible. So funny enough, play Alice because she's fun, but you are gonna want to pick up some different passives for her probably. But yeah, very fun, simple, and rewarding. Gives you a lot of damage. She's a fun character. Argo. So dude, I really wish Argo had a bigger part in the series outside of like progressive and stuff. She was definitely in like, you know, original SAO stuff, but I wish she'd played a bigger part. She's such a cool character. Really what I like about Argo is that her damage is just so dang high. It's not hard to achieve high damage with Argo. However, there is one thing you want to keep in mind if you're optimizing her, which is that you want to hit enemies from behind, which if you don't know enemy attack patterns and stuff, it could get difficult for you to constantly stay behind enemies, but she's very fun to use. She has an ability that feels like you're playing a Sonic game, and I really like that about her. It's just for newer players, it may be a little bit tougher to recognize like boss attack patterns and get behind the boss and figure out where those behind hitboxes actually are. And her weapons are like not super big. When you spam her I guess it's square on PlayStation controller or X on Xbox. When you spam those, you're gonna be moving side to side as well. So really getting used to her attack patterns can take a little bit. I do think she's fun and rewarding, but I think she
Set in a game in a story mode, does it force you to play
is a
certain
little bit
characters from time to time, or do you just pick who you want to play all the time? Like you know how SAO and side stories sometimes they force you to use. I mean, and sort of. I mean, my God, in solo leveling, in some side stories, you have no choice but to have Alicia on your team or Min, or even sometimes worse, fucking Akari.
tougher to get the same high value out of as some of the characters in the top row, but that's just my opinion on things. I'm going to put her here in the middle tier. Now, if you're a GGO alternative fan, you've probably already played Len. I think she's really good. Okay, you know what's really straightforward about Len is that she has a gun. You can hit high combos with it, especially if you use her skills in between. It does decent damage, and her ultimate just makes her go sicko mode. Enhanced fire rate, movement speed, and reload speed. I honestly think Len is super fun, simple, and rewarding. I think some people may disagree with that, but if you're playing mouse and keyboard specifically, it's really nice. I think on controller, she might be a little bit tougher to pick up, but if you're sitting at a PC, or if you're just good at like shooters and stuff, or like I don't know, maybe you're a pro Fortnite player, right? Like I do think she goes up in here in this tier. Anyways, very simple character to pick up, and once you learn how to use her skill, you can easily win the highest combo achievement. You can easily win the highest combo challenge. Okay. Dude, so AG, or Nautilus if you know him as that, AG is so sick. I think this was one of my favorite characters that I played, and I was so surprised because I honestly did not care about him at all when I was playing through the story. I was like, I just want to play Asuna, and he was in like most of the Asuna parties, and I was just so stoked to be playing other characters. And then I switched to him, and I was like, oh, he kind of feels pretty good. Like he's kind of a sick character. Well, the nice thing about him is that he's very fast. Which is why I kind of laughed a little bit at the Lightning Flash Asuna, because Eiji feels so much more fluid and faster and can hit the boss more frequently. Eiji's advantage is that his hitboxes when he's attacking are much bigger, so it's harder to actually miss enemies, and he's very fast, very agile, very mobile. He doesn't have any like crazy gimmicks, he just kind of puts in work. And what's cool about him is that his unique skill, it's like the thing on the back of his neck from Ordinal Scale, it just makes him like faster, and it gives him auto dodge, which is like, okay, you no longer have to think. You no longer have to put the work in. I think AG is one of the easiest characters for new players to pick up and get good value out of. You can win the combo challenge, you can win the damage challenge, and you're probably not going to be dying as frequently because he's just so agile and because he has a unique passive. So I really like AG. I think that you should absolutely try him out if you're new. And even if you're not new, give him a try if you haven't played him yet. Dude, Yuki is... Okay, Yuki's insane, but there's a caveat to that. First off, Yuki is a crazy powerful character if you understand how buff windows and boss downtime really work and how to balance her passive, which means that she's not like a free character for value. And on top of that, her unique skill drains her HP. If you watched the show, I think her passive is honestly kind of offensive. That was hilarious. I can't believe they made her passive that after the TV show. Anyways, basically she drains HP over time in exchange for an attack buff with her passive. Now during that time, she is taking 0 damage from any external sources, which is really nice because it means you can kind of be greedy, but it also means her life is in danger right after it expires. So you got to be really careful with her. She ends up being, in my opinion, honestly, one of the strongest characters in the game, especially because she can fly. But the downside is that you have to have her passives and you have to understand how she works. You can't be greedy. And honestly, I do think new players are going to make some mistakes. I think that if you're a new player and you're honestly not using your unique skill that much just because like you're not thinking about it, that's kind of what happened to me at the beginning of the game. I wasn't really thinking about the unique skills. I didn't use it that much. And so I was honestly just like smacking the boss, doing okay damage even though I didn't have that skill active. Like that makes her okay for newer players, but she's definitely not going to be up at the top. I'll put her in the middle. I think she has a lot of things going for her, but she'll definitely take a lot more to master. Okay, so Sinon, I'm gonna keep this one really brief. Sinon is a character with a sniper, and snipers against bosses, if you guys don't know, make getting last hits so easy. Like when I tell you it's incredibly easy to get a last hit with a sniper character, it is so easy because all you have to do is wait for the boss's HP to get like relatively low, load up your enhanced shots with Sinon or Death Gun, shoot them once, and you'll just take out a chunk of their bar and nobody else will even have a chance to steal it because you dealt so much burst damage at once. I think that Sinon's pretty easy to play. She is a little squishier, but she's super easy and very rewarding. The downside to Sinon though, I will say in boss raids, she is meant to have a bunch of abilities in her kit that sort of cater to lots of enemies at once. And she's really good for like team play against multiple enemies like co-op quests. Whereas Sturban kind of has the opposite thing going on. He's like a pretty selfish character. He does have some stuff for co-op quests, but he does a lot of front-loaded damage, especially when you use his ultimate that you can use his death stacks for. And if you have all 3 of them, he just nukes the boss. This guy is, the reason I actually like Death Gun a lot is because I think he's easy to play because he's a sniper. You can hit the boss from really long range. You don't really have to be engaged in the fight. You can steal last hits. And if you forget to use your skills, it's not that big of a deal on him, especially when you're newer to the game. Because even though they can be a chunk of his damage, you get so much value from just sitting outside of the fight, not taking damage, and then just left clicking the boss's face, right? I would say the difference between Sinon and Death Gun is that even though they're both pretty easy to pick up for newer players, I think Death Gun is probably a little bit easier, but I wouldn't say he's easy enough to be up here in this tier. I would definitely argue that both of the sniper characters in this game are super great for newer players, especially if you can aim. Now, if you're playing on like console or controller and you struggle to aim, I would definitely bump them down a tier just because that is a huge part of their playstyle. Same with Len, right? But I'm going to assume that everyone here has some level of mechanical skill that they can beat. And honestly, over time, you'll get better at it anyways if you keep trying. So, and one other thing about Death Gun specifically is that his passive ability, which I highly recommend every single person unlocks, when an enemy is down, stunned, or frozen, basically when they're CC'd in any way, you get 30% more crit rate against them, which is absolutely insane for any sort of burst phase. Like if you're going that passive with her gun, she's a grenade launcher, and it basically means that like whenever you end up shooting enemies, you can hit multiple of them at the same time. But she also, for her unique skill, is able to change the element of her bullets, which means that if an enemy is weak to something, you can switch it, and then if another enemy is weak to something else, you can switch that. And that's going to make her really easy to adapt to different combat scenarios with. And with her kit just being so many different AoEs, with her having range as well, she's a very easy character to pick up. Not to mention, if you play her in co-op later on, in coordinated team settings, her passive does end up being kind of busted. You do need 4 people with the same passive and probably all on male characters, but she's a pretty solid character overall. I would definitely recommend her for newer players to try out. She also doesn't
So you get to choose what passives you want?
really have the aiming problem as much as our other characters down here because it's AoE, it's grenades. Let's talk about Administrator. So Administrator is really cool character. I think she can bring a lot of value to the team. She can deal a decent amount of damage. She's a good all-arounder for co-op quests. She has AoEs. She has her single target, just like melee combos and stuff like that. And she has some ranged abilities. My beef with Administrator comes with how squishy she is as a character. It is very easy to die on Administrator. If you're good at the game, it's a lot more difficult, right? But if you're a newer player to the game, she is very, very squishy. So while I think she can bring you quite a bit of value, unlocking her passive I don't think is actually the most important thing, because her passive is a lot of RNG and the value it brings isn't that crazy unless you get super lucky. She can do some damage if you know what you're doing. I think for most people, they may struggle with this character up front, and maybe not, but based on what I know and what I've played of her, I do think some people could struggle with her for sure. But a very strong character still. Yu-Gi-Oh! This is my goat right here. This is the man. All right, so Yu-Gi-Oh is a character that has a lot of crowd control. He's a mage, which means that he casts spells. He has a basic skill that just allows him to like shoot a ranged attack. So he does have a little bit of range. Now, honestly, I honestly think it's kind of bad. I don't think his ranged attack is very good, but like if you need it, it's there. What I'm more hyped about for Yu-Gi-Oh is that he is incredibly good for co-op quests. For boss raids, not as much, but he's still not bad during boss raids. It's just for co-op quests, he really shines because it'll allow you to CC enemies, like just freeze a ton of enemies. His ultimate's good for that. His passive's good for that. His skills are just all around very good for dealing with groups of enemies. He has a line AoE one, which is cool. So like if you line up a bunch of enemies in a row, then you just stab the ground and a bunch of ice comes out. I think he's a really forgiving character. He's great for new players, in my opinion, if you're doing co-op raids, or sorry, co-op quests. If you're doing boss raids, I think he goes down a tier or two. But I do think that he's very simple and rewarding for new players, and you should definitely give him a try. All right, honestly, I hate this dude. I think it's really funny that he runs like an idiot in game though. Oberon is unironically good for co-op quests though. Similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, he has a lot of AoE abilities as a mage, and he's honestly pretty good about them. I've seen Oberon snag MVP in co-op quests a lot of times. His damage output's actually pretty good, especially when you have like lots of monsters. And aiming not like we might be a sleeper busted character. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this character. If you don't know when to use those buffs, she is really not good. Super high, ridiculously powerful. Being able to on the boss to be super useful. She also has a heal, which is great. But the downside to her is that like most players, if you're going into this game like super single player, if you really like playing support, you should definitely give her a try. Like if that's always been your thing, if you're always a healer, you're always a supporter in every game you play, you'll probably like Yui. But I think she's a lot better in coordinated play and harder to play if you don't know your team, you don't know the boss fights. So I actually think she's in a good luck lull, because most people that play this character are especially that are newer to the game, are really gonna have no idea how to play her. But hey, you can play whoever you want. That's what I think about her. Other people might not think so. All right, let's talk about Lifa. So Lifa's ability is that she can fly like really fast and a lot, which is great. Honestly, I don't have too much perceived value from that. What I do have perceived value in Lifa from is the attack bonus while you're jumping or flying. I think that's very valuable and it's a good thing to have. However, her being on the team doesn't grant that. That's just a passive that you would want to work towards. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you guys aren't thinking about this, Lifa does have a heal and she does have some AoE abilities, but I don't think she's that easy to play because her kit is so sort of widespread. She does so many different things. She's really not min-max, guys. That's just not who she is, all right? She does so many different things that I do think she's a lot harder for a newer player to pick up and really get a ton of value out of compared to some of these other characters. So I'm going to put her down in here. Okay, so after playing this guy for a bit, I think he's a little slept on too for newer players. So the thing is, I didn't find that I was super happy with the damage output I was getting, and I don't like big, heavier weapons, so that wasn't really my thing. But one thing I did notice is that he is a super rewarding. I don't think he's as easy to play as Heathcliff. I'm stuck between fun, simple, and rewarding, or tiny bit tougher to pick up. I'm gonna go tougher to pick up because his range is not as insane as someone like Alice when you use her unique skill, but I definitely don't think he's like super difficult to play at all. Dude, you know what surprised me? Silica is like actually so strong, and I don't understand why, but like the supports in this game are like actually cracked for damage too. Like even Yui like does a pretty decent chunk of damage, right? And her skills aren't even meant to really do a ton of that. She's meant to be like a helpful person for your team. Well, Silica's thing is that she mostly just heals, but her unique skill increases her attack and also her movement speed, which means that she's honestly like pretty flexible. If you need to kill multiple enemies or if you just need to move to like reposition around the boss, she's pretty good for that. She also has wings, right? So because she has wings, like that automatically makes her a little bit easier to play, and her having a heal makes her pretty easy as well. The downside is that her range on her attacks is pretty small, which is why she kind of needs the movement speed almost. I think a good Silica player is insane. I do think she's not as easy as some of the top row, but I don't think she's too difficult either, so I'm just gonna put her in the middle. And lastly, we have Yuna. Now, dude, when I tell you this character is insane, and I want to make a tier list just ranking the character's strength levels, but when I tell you this character is insane, I mean new players, old players, and by old I mean like how long has this game been out? Not even that long, right? People that have been playing since the start that are sort of picking up on the game and understand it now, like Yuna is crazy good. When I tell you this character nukes, I've seen so many last hits from her because she just hits so damn hard. It's actually crazy how hard she hits, and her ultimate like does damage in an AoE and instantly revives people that are down. So let's say your entire raid just gets wiped by like one attack, right? She just ults and then she just, you know, moves around slowly, reviving everyone. It's honestly crazy how good this character is. I like genuinely, Yuna I think might be a contender for one of the best characters in the entire game, and she's super easy to play. She has ranged abilities. She's very forgiving with her combos and stuff. Her damage output is good even if you don't know her combos. And she can provide buffs for your allies. She's an amazing all-rounder, and she's just very easy to get that value out of. So like 100%, I'm putting her up in the very top tier. I think she's one of the easiest characters to pick up and one of the easiest characters to get good value out of. So that's about it, guys. I hope this...
Okay. Alright.
see that one coming. That was a brilliant move, man. I gotta hand it to you. But you failed in your follow-through. If you were a trained fighter, I would have been in trouble. Lucky me. Hoodlums like you come at two varieties, dumb and dead. Too busy cracking kids' skulls for lunch money to worry about trivial things like perfecting your skills. Coder's level of expertise should be the least of your concerns. He'll bury you. So, how does it feel to let victory slip through your hands? I hope that little song and dance gave you enough time to recover. This guy's amazing. He's no stranger. That move is butterfly crown. You're secret. You're no stranger to Shisha Academy. I thought the best of you every time until today. This seems that's what the big wiles would come in a straight push like that. Champion jerk. You truly are in your dogs. Picking red silver wands. It's proud. Somebody's in trouble during the flowers. Never really was aware and I didn't have that much of a technical. So he was up with his opponent. He used his brain words. He just releases. This strategy will black their attack the market. See a pirate like Orochi trained in district. Painful. Don't think about it. That's
Hello. You came later than I expected. I've been waiting.
just 2 seconds. You're doing it again. Any big hero. That's it. Slow down. The creator is still in control. Set yourself for the super for once because of yourself. He spasms in your leg. He has a bird back in your throat. It's real. You're scared. Now get out of scared by 20-year-old kid who's about to end his career. What the kids do you think he's doing out there? He's gonna get killed. Just for a second. Sounds like a bad quote off a bumper sticker, but it took 20 years of him releasing a blank to admit. What? I know Katsumi loves to hear shows. His kind of technology is the style. Watch out, Kono. This one back is childhood. I've created attention from anyone. Introduction is the six hours. I just have to go. Training is a cinch. I started kicking people apart in my every move. So without practicing classic techniques of inspired. So I can do what I know. One of my favorites is something I call the thing. I designed it to use something special for a thing. You know, you're cheating. You chill on. You're late, my father. But I'll fix you. And I want to pay. Somewhere. Is that a wife in Hanayama? It's you. Sadly, fans may recognize the similarities between Katsumi's newest individual called the Ripper. A scene which delivered in such force it actually sounds like the cracking of a woman. In theory, the pilot needs to control his adrenaline remote to the point that he can make a spike at birth. Targeting a specific point within each jam is a constant It's no use. Now, shut up! You can't avoid terror! Open it! Red flowers technique tight.
Damn, bro, I have never hit them shits, bro. Like, holy shit.
Playtime's over. Shut up! You can't avoid it!
Yo, Baron, you missed that shit, my nigga? You're a fucking monarch, bro. Yo, Beerus just built this one. I got it.
It was a good fight.
Oh my god, why'd it have to be HP? Oh man, it's gonna make us do power destruction. Cause I wanna get to the sweep 10 times before I continue doing the gates. Well, gotta do what we gotta do. What are they saying? An error has occurred during currency consumption. What are y'all niggas talking about? Bro, what the fuck? Yo, yo, what the? Let me try another one. If it says the same shit, I'm gonna reload. Alright, logging out. I don't know what the fuck going on. Yo, chat. I'm uh, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go take a shower real quick. It's gonna be like maybe 5-10 minutes. So I'm gonna take that long a shower. So, I, I'm gonna be right back. So yeah, I watch the nigga move for a bit. Give me like 10 minutes real quick. Oh, like 10 minutes. Check. Give me like 10 minutes. I should fall go home. I'm getting over this. I don't know what's up with the game. Shit's stupid.
was a face stolen street fight is lights up there. Two shadow. She was violating no weapons mandate, using his cast to beat my trigger. Can you get away with this? Oh, like you got any thoughts against his students who will then know settings? That's what you years was a long time ago. She must make shift weapon seems to have had little effect on McGregor, other than making him very angry. And they say I'm lucky. I got one shot left. Just when you thought he couldn't stoop any lower, she made his opponent. Cheering! Stop the fight! Oh. What if this guy fell? I can't believe my luck. I traveled halfway around the world to fight in the underground arena, and wind up facing some two-bit fight. That's it! Sir, this match has to be called off. Referee, is that what I think it is? Not now, champ. Anytime I use it, I'll say it's perfect. He himself to the champ is the smashed. Mary's left ankle. John, just be careful. His grand could be what left. That's shadow covered. An old weapon with two fighters trying to limit their motion by tying themselves up. It's simple.
I'll be right back, Chad. Give me like 10 minutes. Maybe even 8. I don't be taking forever in showers like some niggas. I'll be back. I get my bond. Not my bond in my shower tap.
If McGregor protects his tactics, then I will end.
Tired of shit.
But until such times, I chalk this up to the niggas with some blood. Shiva seems to handle to make every rule humanly feasible, and surprisingly, the officials appear. They're right fine together. There's no chance to escape. It also rules out any jumps. Question is, how will this help Jahara against the Foxer? What are you smiling at? She'll say this for you, Shiva. You got guts to play his hand. Your knees play on him. Your destiny remains the same. Return that charge to just emergency. I wish you are. Sorry to keep you angry, bud. You've got skills I can't even touch. We're gonna do this my way for now. He uses the sash to ensnare his prey like a spider web. There's a severe blow to the throat, and he's down. Jihad slayed the champ flat on his back. So, that's your son out there. Stop the fight before he gets killed. What is that sound? Who's carrying? This doesn't make sense. There's no countdown in this thing. And that voice. It must be in that. Yes, you're awake. And no, you are not imagining me. I must have hit the ground farther than I thought. At least I hope I did. Otherwise, I'm seeing a ghost. You're seeing truth. Relax. I was a man long before I was expected. Very much like you, boxing, a champ. Of course, in my day, the only glove we had was our skill. Fair enough of fighting. Now that's a challenge. By the start of the 20th century, I'd fought through 64 wins, 1 loss, and 55 knockouts to become the world champion. I reckon it's still the test of time, which is good considering I've got nothing won. But that's where we differ. For yours, this country is running out. When I look back at my life, I see the opportunities I was given, and I took hold of every one. With white knuckles and both hands. Understand? Legend. Champion. Titles such as these are earned through diligence and discipline. The body weakens, but the mind is ever vigilant. Use it to conquer your enemies. Now stand up and fight! Needs help. Thank you. Father, say what? Train my son well. Have faith in his abilities. This Shiva tries the same son again and fails. It's payback time. To the worst. The champ sees no mercy as he slumps a cold. Satan Chihano pulls from his jacket had better be a helmet. Success! Shiva is down for the count. Call it, ref. This fight is over. We knew you could do it. Good job. Don't give me the credit on this one. I have help. You always wanted to meet my father? Now you have. You didn't tell you his name? No, but I could see it in his eyes. Stick. It only takes one person to put out the trash. Besides, this is personal. We have a score to settle. Ready? Yeah, but you're a dead man. Late. What's happening? Our heart feels like it's gonna rip open. Life is different. Strange. Alive. See that back in the day. Huh? Fine, that's a champ. All right. You remain on the man. Let's get back to the text. Champ has cast aside his gloves. This helped me punch my way out of the slums of children. They've knocked out every gang member's drug dealer and no likeness ever in my way. My fist has never let me down. No reason why the day should be in here. It's created his own worst nightmare. He's going all out for a bare knuckle brawl. You take off those little gloves and I'm supposed to get the shivers? I've been pounding my fist to make a dent in this world since I could crawl. Sheila may not respect the Americans' famous fists, but that doesn't make them any less legal. Why the transformation we're seeing with the champ's bare knuckle assault? Hard to believe this is the same man who was near elimination just a short time ago. This guy's standing on my back.
massive nerve. Nobody rearranges my dental work and lives to brag about it. That's okay. Maybe I could follow McGregor's and then alter my own strategy. I'm sure if my head's in the right place, I'll think of something.
Chiharu blocks a punch with his head, and it's McGregor who winds up with the short straw as he comes away with a broken head. Another misstep like that could cost him his boxing career. The champs team must have come to the same conclusion as they literally throw in the towel. It looks as though Owen McGregor is surrendering the match to his opponent. Stop! Although your team threw in the towel, it is ultimately your decision. Do you wish to forfeit the match? No, I do not, Mr. Tokengall. Look, the towel. It was thrown in by my stepfather. Sam's a great manager, but when it comes to family, he's a little overprotective. I'm in this match till the end. No, Owen, please. Very well. I accept your answer, but know this. If you sustain further injury to your hands, you may never box again. Are you prepared for that? I entered this with my eyes open. If I spent my time worrying about what may happen tomorrow, I'd never get through today. My concern is the challenge in front of me. Besides, my opponent likes to break the rules. I'm not going to let him win just by walking away. I came here to fight. Continue!
Touching speech, but I don't need weapons to defeat you, and I won't allow you to use them as an excuse for your unavoidable failure. You may be a champion in America, but here you're just a stained cup after sight of my boot.
The guys wearing blue shoes. You couldn't trust anybody who wears blue shoes.
No tricks this time. Just a good, clean fight to the death. I told you about my role, didn't I? When I put this baby on, somebody always ends up in a body bag.
This is madness.
Let's go.
Says no tricks. While too early to tell one thing certain, these two men are playing for keeps. Both opponents seem evenly matched right now. Surprising critics who regard Chiharu Shiba as an amateur in this bout. What a difference a few roundhouse kicks and upper hands make.
You're both hurt. Why don't they just stop?
We're killing yourselves! You got nothing to prove! We don't believe in you! I'll vouch for you! Please, you gotta get out of there! Think about your life! Think about the call! So, Shiva, no!
Everything is. Come on, guys, it can't be all that bad. I can still feel my tongue right.
Oh, Chiharu.
Listen to me. I'm your leader. But here today, I'm faced with an even greater responsibility. Friends, brothers, we are mightier than any foe, for we face our enemies as one. Do not fear for my safety. How can I come to harm when so many are with me? I can't let them down. This is our fight. And I must never forget.
Has entered the ring. Someone wake the officials. This violation is clear as day. Match is over. Heavyweight champion Owen McGregor gets disqualified, leaving amateur Chiharu Shiba ready to default. This is the first time a fighter pulled off a win while laying face down in his own blood.
What does he mean? I can still fight right now. You don't have to. You want fair and square. I don't often indulge my soapbox during these proceedings, but tonight I'll make an exception. You know, it's not easy to give Chiharu the benefit of the doubt. Today, I'll admit I was his harshest critic. There's definitely one thing I have to say, and believe me when I say it. Although he may come across as some weird schizo, this guy's actually not too bad. He's definitely shown this audience that he's got heart, and he is not afraid to show it. Son, I want to tell you why I did what I did out there. You hold the rare distinction of being number one in a field that's been your dream since grade school. What I did today, I do again tomorrow. You're my son, and at times it may disappoint you, but I'll never let you down. Look, you'll just have to trust me. Now, I know from first-hand experience what it's like to let your dream fall victim to petty whims and stubbornness, and you can hate me all you want. But at least I'll be looking at that scowl from the sidelines of a boxing ring. You disappointed me, boy. You never listened to me when I was alive. Why should now be any different? He has a perfect record. Father, good night. That's a nice lead foot. Baldy. I gotta keep him on his toes. Relax, boss. You'll be good as new in no time. Mr. Hanayama. Sir, I'm sorry I let you down. I promise it won't happen again. Very proud of you today. I was honored by your perseverance. No one could have done better. Oh, brother. Doctor, am I to assume Shiba will be out of commission for the foreseeable future? Yes, that's right. But with the beating McGregor gave that boy, he's lucky to have a future. The only thing I can say for certain, if he continues to fight, he'll die. Hey, you looks like I'm going to use my final reserve. What? And just who would that be? Talk to us. Well, you like to live dangerously, don't you? Just you wait. In a tournament where the audience has seen everything, he'll get everyone talking again. Andrianov Zargon. 6,000 wrestling matches and he hasn't lost once. Quite a calling card, wouldn't you say? On the next chilling episode, his name is Adriano Zargon, and he isn't a nice guy. But with 6,000 matches under his belt and 0 losses, this not-so-different man can afford to play by his own rules. Baki and his fellow grapplers must find a way to deal with this surprise reserve fighter that many regard as the strongest in the SFC's long history. Don't miss the next Baki the Grappler.
Sparky the Grappler. And dug his pickaxe into the frozen earth until he hollowed out this monument. Please. Select that for that. It was weak, right of the motherland. A poor choice to represent my country. Your flawed judgment has forced me to use this. Long ago, I swore an oath that I would never unlock these chains unless Mother Russia herself was in danger. You have brought this upon yourself. Will summon all of my opponents and have them gather in arena right now. I will show pain and devastation that is to come. Incident of courage. These boots are enormous. I feel small next to them. Rest assured, Volkov, the feeling is mutual. Can you dare imagine the strength it would take to wield such an instrument? That sickle weighs over 200 pounds. Mind that it does not fall on top of you. Andreanov is not here to save you. Come, there is still more to see. You are witness to one of the most astonishing landmarks in Zagon's Hackenberg. In less time than it took us to drive, he buried this spot, leaving a crater which 2,000 of our largest trucks will not fear. How could this be man-made? Who said anything about a man? Some say Andreanov Zagon was spawned in hell. According to legend, he chopped down each tree in one swing. He ripped his stumps from the ground and dug his pickaxe into the frozen earth until he hollowed out this monument. Please, sir, no disrespect intended. I'd like to believe this is just a wild story, and yet we are staring at evidence which proves otherwise. What could have driven him to do this? I told him to. It was test, and to my horror, he passed. When I saw this crater, I knew Zagon could save Russia or destroy her. He knew as well. Chains? He's made from solid titanium. Why do you make such a request, son? For safety, I do not wish to kill you. What's that? I serve motherland, but cannot control strength. I know the traitor you had me pick was my grave. Ah.
I tried him, but apologize for the delay. Appreciate you more for holding it down. But
These chains prove your worth.
shit oversized as fuck. Alright, let's do.
That was a verdict. Some call them the tuned people of peace during the sports by many who have devoted to the great league. But we must honor their sacrifice. Sir, it's such an honor to meet you. I'm a really big fan. Your record's legendary. Over 6,000 fights and no losses. If I am legend, it is because I spend my time setting records, not reciting them. That look of terror I have seen those eyes before, yes. 2 years ago at this time.
Alright,
Then each time you
back.
ask me would be the last. 6,000 wins. You think the guy could take a compliment?
Yeah, game all closed, bro. Again, that mob was shut down.
You can't wait to get into the arena and replace me.
Mr. Shiva.
Deserves a light folks. Just waiting for a fighter to fall. But look at me, I'm here standing tall.
Not for your. Supper was standing my way.
Did I hear something? Did the vulture speak? Here's my answer. I hit him with everything. He's not stoned.
Just sign in.
That looks like it barely fixed it. Kanyama down with just one blow. I see it, but I don't believe it. Either he's extremely lucky or the strongest man here.
Oh, Mihai stopped by. Oh, okay.
Fixes them all.
Oh, Mihai stopped by. Yo, Mo. Alright, now I'm making sure this shit is sturdy. This team's still here. Appreciate you folding it down, my boy. I needed that shower to clear my head. Probably put some lotion on. What are we about to do, chat? Oh, power destruction, right? If I'm not mistaken. No, what was it? Leveling up artifact. And the shit was fucking glitching, talking about something about materials or some bullshit. Oh, okay, so it upgraded, it just never told me what the fuck upgraded. Stupid. This actually ain't bad. Let's go do the power destruction. I know what the element is? 'Cause I don't. Water and dark, okay. What is he resistant to, chat? He's resistant to fire, motherfucker. So I'm gonna be using water and wind. Got it. Shit, let me see. What am I looking for?
Masaki pays a steep price for his relentless attack. He appears to be bleeding. The extent of the injury is unclear, but left wrist. faster than my eye. Concentrate on the sake. Unforgettable attack animation on my team. Yet this match has proven much more difficult than the start.
I'm probably gonna lead 8 piece infamy since it's a team battle. Difference, yeah. 8 piece infamy. Alright.
Trust me.
Alright, let's see if we got enough shit to make a full infamy set, chat. Do we have enough resources? I think not. Got one. Okay. Alright, well. I wonder which necklace I'm gonna use, chat. We're gonna level that one up last. Got one water. Another water. This is the only water with defense. Additional defense, another additional defense. So we'll take this one. Oh my fucking lord, bro. 2 HPs, bro? What the fuck, bro? Alright, you're getting cooked. You wanted some fuck shit, you getting cooked too. All this shit getting cooked. I'm using this one. I'm using this one. Oh yeah, shit getting this man too. Let's go salvage some shit. God. Got so much goddamn artifacts to go through, bro. It's so tedious. Alright, try this shit again. So at least get everything in the 10. Bro, today my luck just ain't shit. Oh my fucking god, y'all see the bad RNG? like everything that could. Hey, bro, everything that can go wrong with this shit has gone wrong with it. It hasn't gone to anything that's beneficial to me. Out of 4 artifacts, now one shit is beneficial. Okay, one, my fault. One out of 4 artifacts in 5, 10, 15, 3, 6, 9, 12 enhancement chances, bro. One? Nah, that's OD. That's OD. Only one I'm gonna get to 21st is this shit. If it don't get it, fucking hell, bro. Another one into attack, yo. What the fuck is this? Yeah, whatever. What fucking ever. Alright, chat, I'll be right back. I'm gonna give me some food. I haven't ate all day, so give me a second. I'm gonna take that downstairs because I'm gonna make me some spaghetti. It's gonna take a while. Um, put you right here. Oh boy. Make sure everything is still running. Okay. Alright, we still. Alright, cool. I'll bring y'all downstairs because it's gonna take a minute for this shit to cook, to boil, I should say. Okay, because I my weapons on.
Bear me a son, and he will be the most powerful man in the world. That's what I think.
Trying to think what to put it. Well, we don't need the defense. Fuck it, let's go with this. Alright, let's go, chat. Let's run it.
Now, let's get started. Feel the wrath of Vader! So, let's try.
I haven't even been shadow stepping. Alright, run it back, run it back. Fuck, that is weird.
Feel the wrath of fate. It's no use. This will be. Feel the wrath of fate. Too slow. Now. You can't avoid it. Time for a counter. An opening. It's no use. Feel the wrath of fate.
Yeah, that took too long.
Too slow. Vanish into the shadow of the moon. This will be. Your grave. It's no use. Feel the wrath of fate.
Oh my god.
It's no use.
We gotta wait until we can still do this one, because that's coming back to back. So, we'll wait until his next fall. But,
An opening. Feel the wrath of fate. It's no use.
I could definitely do better here. I could definitely do better, chat. So let's do one more. Let's do one more. I think I could get 10 mil. But you know what I don't get, chat? How are these niggas up here, right? How is this nigga getting like 55 mil? I guess it's the I guess it's the magnifying slash and everything being fucking. Yeah, every motherfucking thing is mythic. Everything is mythic, bro. Total power is all 350, 380, 120, 106, 120. All these bitches is yellow, yellow. Like, chat. Look at, but alright, look at the power difference too. He got 2 bill. I mean 2 mil. My shit is only what?
You don't belong here. I show compassion. What? Athletes compete in this noble. This match serves no purpose anymore unless you enjoy watching your fighters get slaughtered.
Yeah, my shit is 1 mil. 1.3 mil. So regardless, yo, 55 billion though, chat? 55 fucking billion on one team is insane, bro. Hold on, let me go check on my spaghetti before I continue.
For you receive none. You don't belong here. The one person you can be saying that to is over there. You of all people know that I don't suffer weaklings, they are a disease. Friendship, love, sympathy, compassion. Such emotions have no place in a grappler's heart, not if he wants to win. I will not stand by idly while my inferiors take the very purpose to which I've dedicated my entire life. You all stink of inadequacy. That is why you were born to suffer.
Lower the flame a little bit. Still got more to go. Ah, let's go.
Show compassion to your enemy, for you will receive none.
I'm trying to think.
You don't belong here. The one person you could be saying that to is over there. You of all people know that I don't suffer weaklings, they are a disease. Friendship, love, sympathy, compassion. Such emotions have no place in a grappler's heart, not if he wants to win. I will not stand by idly while my inferiors take the very purpose to which I've dedicated my entire life. You all stink of inadequacy.
You know what, fuck it. Let me change it. Let me try. Let me try boss slide. Boss slave. Let's see.
I don't care how you justify your psychotic behavior. You were saying something about your big purpose in life. So what exactly was it?
Let's go.
My purpose in life is to fight and to win.
What's up, Hasina? How you doing, my boy? My fault, I didn't have chat open. Why don't you care for you? You got all that attack and then go put it to good use.
Let's try. Feel the wrath. No use. This will be. Great. Feel the wrath of Vader. You can't avoid. Now.
God damn, they almost dead.
Too slow. Feel the wrath. It's no use.
What are we gonna keep it like that? Yeah, we're gonna keep it like that. It's whatever. First place is probably like fucking 15 bells type shit. Oh, 9, okay. Well, I'm about to be first then, I guess. Now the question is who to use. I'm so dumb. Now watch all that shit go away. No, we just gonna pick a preset. Because I'm gonna do not do that shit again. Just make a preset. Now change what I need to in a preset. Bro, it's... Bro, you're fucking kidding. what sucks is every time you quit, you gotta come back. Like, why not just keep me on the screen and let me tab over? Tap over, like, it's so dumb. Time consuming as hell. So take you out. Keep up birds. Nah, I guess fuck it, we just go for
Let's go together.
I'll do my best. Always ready to go.
Shit, put that back.
Okay.
Alright, let me go check on my spaghetti. Oh. Alright, almost done. Oh, soda. Let's go back upstairs, chat. Let's plug this shit back up. Let's plug the charger back up. Ah, oh, alright. Bro, what? How did we go back? This is so tedious. Alright. Oh, I forgot the goddamn what about this? Well, I guess not now, but I'm still got this.
Time to warm up. There's no It's no use. Winds up. Feel the wrath of Vader. Too slow. Winds of heaven. This will be. This way.
What did the card say?
It's no use. Winds of heaven. Nobody.
Alright, oh well, I don't care. We got 4K, we're done. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do these, right? Because I needed the fucking upgrade shit. After this chat, I'm gonna eat. Nigga hungry. So let me finish these gates and we'll get to it. That 10, I bet. Alright, we done with the gates. I'm try to win team this time. But before that, a nigga gonna eat. So I take you over to my trusty friend Mo. Mo, you know all these people? Let me turn off my camera. Right?
Look, I just have a job to do for you. Working on the person, just business. Okay. But what should I say? You seem to get your jits taken out of an old man. Is that any way for a champion to act?
Oh, why? Bet.
It's not too easy. Just walking like fuss up with the consequences. Strike me carefully. Restrain in the crowd. Fine by me. When you just start looking to the crowd that fights your battles. What comes with winning if you compromise in your be sorry for yourself and fight for the time. And sleepless and gaudy in a killer hole. Notice what happened. If the pressure of the young gobbler is applying to a sword head, I don't think anyone can to shoes like her. Well, you will not. It's over. Oh dear. Most distressing. It's super true. Since went to the ground in agony. Stay up heavier. We'll play them more beats. Behold your new champion. Yes, if you realize that. Man, wipe you out? Hey, man. It's all here and lined up. Wait, trying to learn why a Gary Johnson was in his finger during the wrist race. Another little girl punch. These are Gary tricked into thinking he was finished. Look at that stupid hat. But man, you can find it. See that? Governor of the champion running in circles. He says that's pretty ingenious if you ask me. Conjo's ferocious attack has taken its toll on Bobby. I think it's time for a special move. Yeah. I can't move my knees. Bobby's legs are shaking. He's in trouble. The water in the direction. Signature drop in. Fight a Bobby. He's just from shovel, man. It's still a kid, that's right. You should try it. It's a game. Sure, I'm game. There's just one problem. No script. Here, the truth is, General, you're living in God. Huh? Just like all the rest of you wannabe fighters. Red Sanders. Those words might come back to haunt you. Detroit wrestling is nothing but a glorified soap opera.
Damn, y'all niggas getting cooked, literally.
See the end of a 300-pound belly flat. The broken bones of Fantino. And so is the pain you Gary with a powerful double kick. In popularity.
Oh, there go the cheeks.
The fate decides who leaves the ring unfooted by his treasure. Don't mistake fighting for weakness. A pro
specialize in leveling difference you will ever know. You can't imagine the level of commitment that takes. Let's talk more action, Akari Black. Now get him. Time you learn your place in Blue Jay. It seems to be taking a page right out of his wrestling days as he continues to dominate this match. The technique that made me a wrestling sensation is not just what he's got on just it makes one wonder if the champion didn't purposely choose to become your guys with you both.
Oh, nigga, more cheeks. Yeah, Mo, you getting caught in 4K, my nigga.
This match is just turned into a joyous fight nightmare.
I'm gonna hear your bullshit, Mo. You doing that shit from solo leveling, bro. When you lower the frame per second and then the ant queen skips the whole phase. Yeah, huh? I peep it. 4K, my nigga. 4K.
This is common here, so get you through. If that is job I can explore such activities here, especially in the season bed like a garden comes in. Once market cuts loose, it's like a bolt of light. Comes with his only chance to stop on my fast for the anymore. Face the fight! Second by the looks, it's not an option yet. It's fair. She's back to 2-4 with a face time for you. All right. I'd say it's about time that Blocky got himself back in the game. I keep that excitement in check. The dollar is a safety opponent. Is known for his surprises. We say no win. Does it lead? No. Okay, you're on, sweetheart. How is that? Lucky's dead mother. Don't you read the paper? It's a trick. Such rather than such a bound. I don't feel that the morning. Yeah. Give me up as I'll let you know what. Such a huge. Your mother, my love. That will be all, Miss Sinclair. And an excellent job, by the way. I'll expect you to improve on midnight. Of course, she's already been a television and just an actress for hire. The best thing money can buy. And humor. Great thing. One moment of hesitation was all it took. That's how the thing. That's not it whirling home. I don't care how he justifies it, even by wrestling standards, he would break
Yo, let me ask you something, Mo. The items that you get, are they universal or are they character specific? Like the daggers, is the king? Can the daggers be used by all rogues, or just whoever you pick them up on, or is there certain unique item weapons too? Class specific? Ah, I bet that makes more sense. Okay.
But people respect me because they don't know me. Kanjo, you talk too much. Huh? Wait a minute. You've got something else. Kid, this is a first that I'm aware of. What's most astounding is the ease with which Rocky seems to free himself. What's astounding is that everyone's making a big deal out of nothing. Rocky's escape isn't surprising. In Monte Katami, it was practiced almost exclusively among the Wrestling Federation, and these athletes are not known for their grace and flexibility. Rocky, on the other hand, fights with a level of defiancy that puts most gymnasts and yoga masters to shame. Fools, they're also caught up in the heat of the moment they elect to ignore the obvious. Such a move hardly presents a challenge for a grappler of Baki's skills. It's so ridiculous, like trying to carry water in the palm of one's hand, and Gary messed up. I guess you're feeling pretty proud of yourself right about now. You know, Gary, I really am grateful. I want to thank you. Thank you for seeing her again. I was beginning to question my direction. But now, you have brought everything into focus. My destiny is set. I want to thank you for helping me realize that. That's the game, one was up to something. It appears the champ has grown weary of picking its Gary's punching bag and is ready to rumble. Listen, huh? I see that it does have certain advantages. For you, it's your own personal shield. I mean, you can even justify cheating. You shut your mouth. Easy, Gary. If I have to, I don't mind beating you to your own game. Oh, you're dead, here. Those fighters have seemingly agreed to take out you. Wrestlers talk of me.
No, hey, 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 stop cheating, Mo. Stop cheating, nigga. Nigga out here with with his FPS cheese chat. You know what? Chat, clip it, and we're gonna send it. We're gonna snitch on his ass. We snitching.
Sounds kind of pitchy, if you ask me. National Noji. Or as the Americans might say, the one-leg figure four technique. No, no, listen, it'd be so much fun. Good for me. He's a Lucy. Yeah, jump out. It's the mythology. That Muhammad is incredible. He stole my voice. My woman. Everything. Yeah. Shit will have subject of the worst conditions, feelings, humiliation, isolation, and I always tell them it's out. You ready? Here's what well. One thing is for certain, your God isn't giving up. But it's there is some in the falling my head. It's somebody please tell me what's happening. This just keeps getting more and more insane. No. Mal comes in. Doctor's good, but a guy is my given. Oh yeah. This is really strong as well. I see your high guy. I know exactly what you're capable of. You will grave your head. Let's technique from the camera. And this is what's the beef at top. Still, to find the right words that all of you will describe these two fighters. Place fingers in your stomach sides. To take a fight to the next level, even if they have to build one. Two unique forces that come together to give us one body. You got it. No loss to your kid. Oh, I guess no one says it's off the road. If you'd have been at your peak, you'd have won down. So let yours not be. Listen, the crowd, the women, all of it focused on you tonight. It's hard to admit when you're the one who should walk off the stage. But there's that. Why? And why now? Still, you'll treat me honestly, kid. Thanks to you, I can still do my head on. I'll never forget.
Yeah, I know. That's why you gotta cheat, because the dragon's so strong. I get it. Yo, can you chop off tails in this game? Because I remember y'all was fighting one dragon, looked like it got its tail cut off. Can you cut off tails in this game if you do enough damage?
It's too late. Ladies of the practice, and the best of the best, hone their skills to be battling the overfighting.
You can answer after. You can answer after. You can answer after, bro.
He takes the
Nah? Oh, I bet.
he hates that shit chance. On the ground, I drop that two, his methods against the foot of the beast.
So that dragon just had no tail. So somebody already got to it, huh? Crazy.
Get ready for 1 month's bout after the next. On the next episode, I'm talking directly. As a father and mentor, I tried to train you well. I couldn't ask for a better student. You've taken my teachings and improved upon them tenfold. I have no more advice to talk for the esteemed ace of Shinshin Kai. Only this one, being the face of the North Form is a perilous every time you step foot in the ring, the reputation of Shinshin hangs in the balance. Today, you face the wrath of Chinese fist fighting, the cornerstone of modern karate. Should you lose to Red Super Hale, I couldn't in good conscience go on teaching karate to my students. My son got trumped by Kung Fu. With that kind of loss, I'd be forced to close our doors. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Gentlemen, I present present to you the second quarterfinal matchup of the tournament. Seems focused. It's good stuff. Right Tiger Corner, the ace of Shenshin Kai, Katsumi Adachi. That's me, TCK. Chinese, the starting expert, Rexon Kyle, represents the best Kung Fu has to offer. It's karate versus Kung Fu. The battle for superiority is about to begin. It seems like only yesterday he came into life. It was a perfect sunny day. The circus was in town. No one could have foreseen the tragedy that was about to unfold. Katsumi was a bright boy, but gifted with only with strength far surpassing his age. His father was a lion tamer and my best friend. Natsuki and I would visit whenever they came to town. It was always great fun, and that day was usually until the state in the arena and went on a late rampage. Every sight in the chaos, one little city welcomed the beast with open arms, and if he could comprehend what they would see, Katsumi hit the line, purring like a kitten. Unfortunately, this wonder came too late to save the beast's last victim, Katsumi's father. Look back on that fateful afternoon with mixed emotions. Katsumi lost his father, not being to see. Lebanon, and so is that ponytail, Leo? You can tell. Well, I gotta hand it to you, you pull it off. Come on, Sarah. Somebody takes a defensive stance, signaling the urgency with which he views this fight. Whoa, slow down. Wait, hey, joints are evil after a true fist thrust. Shot. Still true fist. Who will be the fastest?
Truthfully, chat. Oh, still WWO. Truthfully, chat. I don't feel like I feel it. I feel tired. I don't feel like really doing much right now.
Time to warm up.
Alright, chat. My eyes feels tired. I feel exhausted. So I'm gonna end the stream early tonight, chat. I'm gonna tune into your shit. I'm gonna go watch your shit, but I'm gonna end the stream on mine. But yeah, chat. My apologies, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I ate too much. I got the itis, but I don't feel myself tonight. So I'm gonna catch y'all niggas tomorrow. I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and we'll finish the rest later. Peace.